Yo, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing off Furina and Gaming, which both are finally returning in the second phase of 4.7. Both great characters, you won't regret having any of them, so go ahead and pull. And now without further ado, let's go first with Gaming. Now, as for Gaming stats, here's how are mine looking like. So attack is over 2k, and I would highly recommend you to have 1900 2k attack. Bennett's gonna buff it up further, and of course with Ben having Noblesse, it's gonna be further buffed. And additionally, Gaming himself can buff up his attack. So yeah. As for Elemental Master, you want to have 150 minimum, the more of course the better, because reaction damage. Crit rate's gonna be between 50 to 60 because Gaming himself again can buff up even his crit rate, so don't worry too much about that. And crit damage, of course, the more the better, but even crit damage, Gaming himself can buff it up. As funny as it sounds, he can buff all the stuff that he needs himself. ER, don't worry about it. If you have some in your subs, great, but he's not ER hungry. Pyro damage, it's gonna go even further up because this is only a 2-piece bonus, and Goblet being pyro damage. We're gonna get to that, how it's gonna go up. As for weapon options, there's a few of them. Serpent Spine being his best in slot option, crit rate, and of course it's gonna massively buff up his damage when it stacks. This option is not free, unfortunately. You have to buy the battle pass to get it, but getting it you won't regret it. And as for another great battle pass option would be the Talking Stick. It has a higher base attack but lower crit rate. In my opinion, it's quite an underrated weapon, but yeah, it's depending what you have, maybe what you have pulled, this is gonna be great. The bonus is depending on which element it's infused with. If it's pyro, it's gonna increase our attack. If it's a different element, it's gonna increase all elemental damage bonus. So yeah, that's for battle pass options. As for the Rain Slasher, it's gonna be a really great 4-star option as well. It can even compete with the Serpent Spine if it's at rank 5 and your Serpent Spine is rank 1, for example. And of course the weapon is going to increase the damage if the targets are affected by Hydro or Electro, which they're going to be in Vaporized teams. Another great option would be the Mailed Flower from event, increases EM and attack. Another great option, completely free, is gonna be the Ultimate Overload's Mega Magic Sword, which increases massively our attack. 5-star option would be the Wolf's Gravestone. Another great option would be Ito's Weapon or Dea's Weapon for 5-star options. So there's plenty of weapons to choose from for gaming. As for artifact sets, I'm running Crimson Witch. In my opinion, the best in slot option. Some run the Marechaussee Hunter set, but this one is better because it increases reaction damage, increases our elemental damage, and it stacks the elemental damage up, so we're gonna be having a lot of pyro damage bonus. So that's where we get our 15% pyro damage bonus, and we're gonna be getting a lot more because every time we use our elemental skill, it increases this 2-piece by 50% of its starting value, and it stacks up to 3 times, so definitely beats everything that's out at the moment. As for his stats, pyro damage bonus Goblet of course, sub stats all the way, crit damage, crit rate, EM, and of course if there's room for attack, go for attack as well. Now as for the circlet, it depends on the weapon, your substats of course. It's gonna be either crit damage or crit rate. Mine is crit damage. And as for the flower, it's crit damage, crit rate, EM attack. The feathers pretty much the same. Attack sense at the moment, but it can depend again. It can be even elemental mastery. So yeah, depends what you need, what you have. Now Constellations, his first one will heal coming when he does his elemental plunge attack. As for his second constellation, when there's overflowing healing, it's gonna increase his attack by 24% for 5 seconds. His third one is gonna increase his elemental level by 3. His fourth is gonna restore his ER when he does his plunge attack. His fifth one is gonna increase his burst level by 3, and of course his last and best one is gonna increase his crit rate by 20% and increase his crit damage by another 40%. So when it comes to attack, crit rate, crit damage, Gaming's Gucci. So don't worry too much about him, just get him the right teammates and you're gonna be fine. As for talents, first you're gonna be going with his elemental, then burst, and then if there's room, if you want to, I would recommend as well go for his normal, because if he's with Xianyun, his plunging attack is gonna increase a lot, so without any damage it's gonna be fine. His first passive just heals him. His second one, depending on how much HP he has, it can increase his incoming healing or increase his plunging elemental damage by 20%, which is really nice damage buff. Now I'm gonna show you his premium team, and I'm gonna show how his, well, less premium team look like. Damage compared, especially now in the new Crazy Spiralbis 4.7. So yeah, let's go. And finally, Sherry at the top, Sugar at the end, our queen Furina. This is how mine looks like. So 40k HP would be ideal, the more the better, of course. Attack, defense, EM don't matter. Although EM you can have some for some reaction damage, but she's not the one that's gonna be doing the damage the whole time, so it doesn't have to be high or it doesn't have to be any at all. As for crit rate, 60 to 70% would be ideal, but that depends of course at the weapon option, and of course crit damage, the more the better. And as for ER, it depends on the group. 150 to 160 is what I'm really comfortable with, but if you're not comfortable with, you can go higher, because you want to have her burst up all the time. As for weapon options, 4-star option, Flu Sender Ferryman, fishing option, completely free to play option, crit rate and ER increase. As for Favonius Sword, another 4-star option, and Sacrificial Sword, another 4-star option. With it, of course, 5-star option, her signature. Artifacts, 4-piece Golden Troop, HP Sense, and of course substats, crit rate, crit damage, ER, HP would be ideal. HP Goblet, crit damage is what I'm using at the circlet, but can be HP or crit rate, depends what you have, what you need. my flower, and of course my feather. For constellations, first one is really great because it directly gives you 150 fanfare and increases it by 100 to a total of 400. So it buffs, increases the damage buff by 25% from 75 to 100. For the second constellation, pretty much where you can be comfortably stopping and not pulling anymore if you don't want to, it's gonna increase her HP, and of course with HP increase it's gonna increase her damage. So when in the party there's HP increase or decrease, her HP increases to a total of 140%, and with it she does a lot of damage. For talents, of course, just like on the screen, elemental is top priority, then it's burst, and then if you want you can go normal, but I don't see why you would, because she's an off-field unit. First one, pretty much when she is not the one healing someone else's, she's gonna have the passive healing ability. It's not gonna be much of a healing, but still heals. For the second one, that's why we want to have a lot of HP, because it increases the salon member's damage and the singer many waters healing amount. And well, that's pretty much it. As for the teams, here's the teams: her Hyper Bloom team, then you have her Freeze team, her Vaporize team, and her Teaser team. So she has a lot of options, she goes everywhere, she can do a lot. So in my opinion, a must pull character, you won't regret pulling on her. So yeah, if you like this video, please drop a like, leave a sub, share it, and till next time, I'm out. See you guys.